it's a great honor to open these 10 days of hard work with a talk about stones and art. But the problem is that I had to shorten the first plan, so I will talk very quickly and the images will pass one after the other, but I think you will enjoy the talk. Okay. We are in the age of Wikipedia, so the first thing I did was, okay, how do I introduce this talk? I said, why not looking what the Wikipedia says about rock and art? So I found at least 4 terms: pictograph, petroglyphs, petroforms, and inuxus. So we will see what that means. Okay, clearly petrographs are cave paintings. We have lots of outstanding examples here in Europe, from Altamira in Spain to Lascaux in France. And one of the first expressions of art was painting on stones in order, we think now, to invoke these animals for good hunting. But this use of painting on the rocks is still alive in several places, and this image is from the IESO meeting in South Africa, and we were in the museum and they were explaining this painting that relates how the train arrived in this special place in South Africa and how the natives were moving and acting after the train appeared. And this is from Argentina also. This is not really painting, this is stenciling, but this one is one of the most elder paintings we have in Argentina, in the southern part of Patagonia. And this is not painting, these are natural stones that look like being painted in modern style, but I put them to make, during the whole talk, I will compare natural and man-made things. And this is from Tuscany. These are these stones that resemble ruins. Concretion with different images. And this is from a book on natural stones, but taken from an artist that has made reinterpretation of the marks on the stones. And this particular case is almost the cartographic stone with a lot of signals on the map, a river, an island, etc. Okay, and these are stones painted in open air. We started with the caves. This is open air, but if geologists here will easily recognize that this is inspired in these sandstones. Some other works from this Spanish painter. Oh, excuse me. We call it interventions in nature. This is modern art. I will say nothing about it. This is another way of painting stones. And the second word in Wikipedia was petroglyphs, and this is also an extended practice all over the world, all over the ages. This is Valcamonica in Italy. And this is from a book from Professor Seilacher, and this is called fossil art. This is just taking photographs of fossils, ichnofossils, the marks of the living animals at the time. We can look at them also as works of art. Many of them them. The book is really excellent, and there is an exhibition with molds of this originally taken from the album. Okay, Inuksuit and Inukshuk were special piles of stones from the indigenous people in the northern part of the American continent that are very common. But we have counterparts, natural piles of stones. Famous in the United Kingdom are the tools of Dartmoor. But in Tibet, they also prepare these piles of stones. And this is from Argentina. It's, it was supposed to be changed because I have a better one, but sorry. Okay, and also very, very popular stones in modern art. The Taurus. And these piles of stones were also the sign of the Geological Congress in Oslo, the family in stone, and the same in IESO magazine. Okay, but this is really funny because if you look at the amount of money involved with that, I don't think that the piece of money will last forever as a stone. This is inflation, really. Okay, the other word was petroforms, and most famous, probably in the world, is Stonehenge in the United Kingdom, but there are other ones. These are stones that were organized by the people with probably ritual purposes. But modern artists also tried to make shapes with the stones, and this famous spiral in Salt Lake in the United States has now disappeared because the level of the lake has risen and the water destroyed everything, or at least submerged it. But it's the mixing of all techniques and modern ways of expression. Okay, going further in the top, we have